How's it going, everybody? It is Wednesday, the 8th of October, and we're cruising right
No,
along
it's
here.
Thursday.
It's Thursday, October 8th, and we're cruising right along here. So anyway, thanks to Beth for keeping me in check there. So anyway, guys, I wanted to welcome you all to the team call. This week's call, we're going to talk about our list, or some of you may be thinking lack thereof. So I hope you all have a piece of paper and a pen or a pencil or something to write with in front of you, and that you can see and that you're not sitting in the dark so that you can't see what you're writing as I'm watching this hand mysteriously come up on one of the windows there. Jen Novak.
My volume wasn't working. I couldn't figure it out.
Oh, okay. So, but no, in all seriousness tonight, I do want to focus on something that a lot of us take for granted or may not focus much attention on, and that is your list of people to reach out to. I mean, that's one of those deals that, if you read GoPro, and if you want to, in the Stay True team page, there is the ultimate memory jogger. Okay, so if you guys are having trouble ever or struggling with who to think of, what kind of a list to come up with, then definitely go to that because it'll get your mind cranking. But anyway, so on tonight's call, we're going to have a little fun here. We're going to have a competition. All right, and the winner of this competition is going to receive a book. All right, it's the book we decided on is called Beach Money. Don't know if any of you, raise your hand if you're familiar with that book at all. No? Okay. It's I myself have not read it yet, but it's one that is definitely on my list to read, and it's basically a book on creating a large residual income through network marketing, and a story of a guy who has done just that and the advantages of network marketing and everything like that. So just something that I know a lot of us at this time of year may need a boost. This is coming into our big time of the year with Beachbody, because we need to be thinking about the holidays and New Year's resolutions and all that stuff. So we've been kind of stressing that or pointing that out the last couple calls, but I want to continue doing that just so you guys understand that this is the season. This is kind of like the calm before the storm. So you guys need to be getting your list ready and things like that. So anyway, I did want to read a little bit here from GoPro, or from this memory jogger. And, it's one of these things that it's what professionals do, is to create a list. And it tells you to make a list and then make it as comprehensive as possible. Every person you can think of, and then all caps, every person. It doesn't matter if you think they are a prospect or not. Your database is one of your most important assets. Everyone goes on the list. If they are negative, put them on your list. If you hate them, put them on your list. If they are your best friend, put them on your list. If they've said, I'll never be involved in network marketing, put them on your list. If they're 98 years old, put them on your list. If they're 18 years old, put them on your list. It's important to do this, and this is a great point. And this, I definitely can appreciate this from utilizing this in other aspects of my life, not just a list like this, but it's important to put these people on your list, because as you empty your mind of people and you put them out on paper, it's definitely going to make and free up room in your mind for new people to pop in, and you'll be amazed. It's kind of funny how it all works, but you'll see that happen as you're writing people down on your list. So, write down, think about, I don't know, someone in your family, your niece or your nephew. And then when you think about them, think about the circle of their friends. Or if you have an aunt, and, think about her friends or other people that they know, not just who you know personally, but just start writing down my Aunt Barb's friend Judy, or my Aunt Barb's friend whoever, just things like that, or names like that. But at least you're clearing those down out of your head. They're on paper now, or on however you keep track of it. And it's definitely important to do that. Just because, when you see these people, then you'll think of them and you'll say, oh yeah, I wrote them on my list. I better try to mention something to them about getting healthier or Beachbody or however you want to stage that. So that's the whole purpose of this, is just I want you guys to constantly be in the mindset of continually expanding your list. It's tough though at times when you're sitting there and you think, and I've been there before. I can relate to everybody who's ever felt like, man, I'm out of people, or man, I can't think of anybody else to invite. Trust me, I feel ya. I've been there. It sucks. It's kind of it's hit me in the moments when I've been in the doom and gloom attitude, or just feelings of with the Beachbody business. So doing this, I'm hoping, will help to get us out of that if you're feeling that way. So let's get on to your list here, okay, in the competition. All right. So everything that we're going to write down, and I don't know, I want to start right into it because it'll be interesting to see how much time we have here to do this, okay? But I want everyone to set a goal of leaving this call with at least 60 people written on their list, okay? I think that's very doable. That's very easy, okay? The first people that I want you to write down, and write these people down, just even if you've already talked to them, even if they know what you're doing, whatever, you might, just write them down. That's my point. So as I say these people, just start jotting these names down, okay? Father and mother, your mom and dad. Your spouse's mother or dad. Your grandparents. Your aunts and uncles. Brothers or sisters. Your brothers and sisters' best friends, or friends that you remember them having when you grew up together in the house. Your cousins. Any nieces or nephews that you have? I may have said that one, but your children's friends' parents. Your neighbors on each side of your house, and neighbors on your road. Any neighbors that you may have ever lived by in your entire life. Whether you lived for Beth and I, whether it was when we lived in Wisconsin, whether it was when we lived in Greensboro, whether it was when we were homeless living under
that was only
the Y
for 6
Bridge.
Weeks.
It was only for 6 weeks, sorry. But we met some cool people. And we stayed at some people's houses, so write them down.
I will.
If any of you have, this is just take a note, put a note on your paper, look at your holiday card list that you have. You don't have to do that right now, but that's just another.
Oh, that's a good idea. That's pretty much all these.
Anybody that you work with, people you work with. Another thing to do is to go through, this is a side note, go through all your cell phone contacts. Because definitely I find people on my cell phone, I think I have like 1,500 contacts in my cell phone, and I come across people all the time and I'm like, forgot about them, you know? So it's scrolling through your cell phone contacts. If you got married, your wedding invite list is another good one. Because I know some of those people we don't speak to often. College classmates or high school classmates. Try to think of 5 people from college or five people from high school. Okay, ready to go to some specific things here? Who is your kid's bus driver? Who do you know that's a computer tech? As Beth would call me, a techie geek is what she calls me. A chiropractor or any nurses in the doctor's office. Any delivery people, FedEx, UPS, postal worker. Do you know anyone who's a fireman? Or do you know anyone who's a police officer? Any realtors?
I took donuts to the fireman today. I should have taken Shakeology.
Oh,
You should
Moppy.
have, Moppy.
So,
No, just kidding.
so now
I
you're
did
going to
take
fatten them up and then put them on a workout program.
Yeah,
There you
take
go.
donuts once a week, like every day for a couple weeks, and you can say,
No. Yeah, it was just a little act of kindness for the guys.
How about your pet groomer? If you have somebody that grooms your dog. If any of your kids are on sports teams, parents that are on their sport teams, or that have been in the past. Any woodworking friends? It's in the book, I don't know. If you're in a singing class.
oh my gosh. They cover it all.
They do. Karate class buddies. Anyone that you might know that was on like a church rec league, volleyball team. Any former coaches that you have in your mind? Any former co-workers? I think I mentioned that, but I mentioned current co-workers. Former teachers. Do you know anyone in the military? Let's see. It is 9:16. We're going to go for 4 more minutes. Everyone have 4 more minutes left in them? Then we're going to add them up. All right. Anyone who may have, you've done business with, like tires or auto repairs? Or any other things that you might buy from somebody?
That's vague.
Okay. How about who you buy your furniture from? Who you buy your glasses or your contacts from? Your realtor? Who did you buy your wedding items from? Your florist, your DJ from your wedding? Anybody who just had a baby that you might know, or who is pregnant? Anyone who is a single parent? Anyone you know who has to pay down their credit card debt? Anyone you know who just got married? Kind of like getting married, but anyone that you knew in their wedding party? Anyone that you knew that made a fool of themselves at their wedding? Beat up? No. Anyone that you know of that is tired of their current job, or that wants to make more money, that's a hard worker? Anyone that you've ever met on an airplane? Somebody who is an accountant or an architect, airline attendant, alarm system guy, a baker? Anyone that's in the banking profession, whether it's a teller at the banks, or if people even go into the banks anymore, I don't know.
I think you're the only one that does
I
that.
still might be the only one that does that, yeah. And they're trying to always get me to not come in. It's funny. Said, if I don't come in, you don't have a job. Your dentist, your hygienist, your hairdresser, other people, the other hairdressers, because I know you go in there and they all talk about each other, so write their names down. Let's see. Massage therapist. Who does your nails?
Oh my gosh.
Who's your mechanic? A midwife? All right.
4 minutes are up.
I know, but I want to keep going for a minute.
Oh.
Anyone you know that lives in Alabama? Alaska? I'm going through all 50 here, people.
Oh gosh.
Arizona? Anyone you know that lives in Arkansas? In California? In Colorado? Connecticut, Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii. I'm just going to say jealous. Idaho, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, the state up north, Michigan, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, Nevada, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, one of my faves, North Carolina, North Dakota, we'll skip Ohio, Oklahoma, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Vermont, Virginia, Washington, West Virginia, Wisconsin, Wyoming. All right, give you a minute here to finish up writing. And go ahead and total up your number once you are done writing. And so I know you're done totaling your number up. Once you totaled your number up, just make a ugly face at the camera the whole time and hold it until everyone's done. Rachel, you're not sleeping, are you?
Yeah, I wish.
How many did you have, Mark? All right. I know Mark's number.
Oh.
Everyone sees that though, right? 104? How many did you have?
I didn't count them. I mean, I wasn't writing that. I didn't have 100 yet.
Let's see. Yes, it is faster. Okay.
What's the totals?
What are your totals? Do you have your total there, Heidi?
57.
57. Okay. So Heidi had 57, Mark 104. Miss Novak, you're on mute.
I had 77.
77?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
What Vito had?
Vito?
I'm a loser.
Only positive self-talk.
Yes,
on
we
this
don't.
call,
What are you
please.
talking about? So you don't have as many as Mark. Is that what you meant? Because
No.
how many do you have?
No. Right now I'm at around 10.
What? Did you fall asleep?
No.
All right, Vito wasn't playing the game evidently here. So, Mafi, how many did you have? You're on mute. Oh, hold on.
58.
58?
Mhm.
Okay. Rachel, how many?
52.
52.
What's wrong with me?
Were you listening?
I was, but like,
When you write,
See?
when
we
you
have a
write
creepy
this,
bus
you-
driver. He looks like he's from Duck Dynasty. I'm like, he's not doing Beachbody.
No,
And I
See, you
Yeah.
don't do that.
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
you're not supposed to assume. You're supposed to just write the numbers.
right. You just write whoever, and if you don't know the name, just say Duck Dynasty bus driver, like, because it might be that, like you run into someone that knows him, and then you are end up. It's not that person necessarily. Like, it's not necessarily your 98-year-old grandma. It's the home health nurse that's helping care for her when you're there visiting, or her favorite little neighbor that helps her out, or it's like the circle of friends.
Right.
Tiffany, how many did you have?
I'll be honest.
I hope you are going to be honest.
I just wrote down like everything, and there's so many people within each of these categories that I couldn't possibly total them up. I'm just being honest with you.
Okay, good.
I mean,
Well,
literally, you get into the whole bridal thing, and there's like, and people I know that's pregnant, single parents, my church, former coworkers, teachers. I just spoke with my daughter's teacher today about Body Beast, actually. So, I mean, there's so many people. I didn't total them up.
Well, see, some people own Hillcrest in the Revere School District, so like I gotta wipe out the whole population there.
You got to write those down.
Glenn and Beth rule Revere,
No.
so I have no chance.
There's no we don't have territories at Beachbody.
Yeah.
You're not limited. You can
As soon as I friend somebody and I'm like, oh crap, they're friends with them on Facebook, I'm hosed.
But that doesn't mean
No,
anything.
yeah,
'cause look,
that doesn't mean anything, because I have a lot of friends on there that might be through like PTA or whatever, but I've never talked to them about Beachbody, and they may not want to hear it from me if they have a different relationship with you. So
Right.
don't ever think that. And I actually had a customer that I tried to get to join a challenge group. I mean, I was offering it to her for free, and because she said, "Oh, I have tons of programs. They're just collecting dust. I never do." And I'm like, "Get them out. Like, you can join one of my groups as long as you're a free customer." And she ended up, Gretchen ended up connecting with her like through football. Through her son plays football, and I mean, she's kind of a difficult one to handle. And I was like, I have her, like, I don't, and she's like, I was working with her and helping her. And finally she said something about you and that you had talked to her about it. I'm like, just have her, because maybe she'll be more receptive to you, who can be a little bit more like upfront with her, since she already has her, like, I don't have any relationship with this girl other than a Facebook friend and like a connection through church. But, so yeah, you never know. I mean, don't
limit yourself to whether like a territory, a region, an area.
So I don't have to move to a new district.
no.
No, you don't have to do that. But let's see. So we've got
So, Mark?
now the people who had, Kathy, were you on? Did you do it?
I wasn't. I wasn't on.
Ah,
Okay.
bummer. Okay.
Okay,
All right.
so Mark was the winner.
So Mark was the winner. So
Yeah,
Mark,
Give it to second place though, because I used Evernote and I knew what you guys were doing ahead of time. I kind of had a feeling that was what we were doing. So give it to second place. I've got plenty of books to read right now.
he's overwhelmed with books. So who was in second place?
Jen had
Yeah.
Well, no, Tiffany had so many she couldn't count them.
Oh my
Would somebody take the prize? We're trying to give away a prize here.
Person who had 10.
I mean, I'll read it, but
I write down all my people.
maybe we should give it to Beto. She only had 10.
Because she needs the most help.
Vito,
Go in the
Vito,
special
you need to go
coaching.
on to Stay True and download this book. It's
Yeah.
Ultimate Memory Jogger. And
It's just like a 50-page
Don't print it.
printout.
don't print it. Or if you print it, just print the first like quarter of it, first 20 pages, 25 pages. So, yeah.
Yeah, I learned the hard way. I printed it, and yeah, my ink was gone.
Yes. So here's the deal. If you had, we set a goal for 60 tonight on this phone call, right? So if you were close to 60, if you were at 51 or 52 or 5, or how many?
10.
You had 10. You got to get to 60 before we hang up on this call. So Heidi, can you think of 9 more people?
Hey, wait, I thought I said 57, not 51.
So I can't read her writing. I'm sorry. She doesn't
All right,
pull
I
a
can do
dash
3
there.
more.
So 3 more
There.
people. 3 more people.
Did you put your veterinarian that you just had your dog with?
I did not.
See, your vet and the vet
And then
tech,
the vet tech.
the receptionist.
Oh.
There's
But
3.
Vito, what about like do people through your what's that?
That's where I start getting like weird. Well, I know I'm weird.
Tell
So
me your struggles.
yeah, okay, so like I do in Cub Scouts and I'm doing the room mom thing, and I was like, crap, that's in that class. I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to do anything.
No, don't. I mean, but I'm not really helping in the class this year. I mean,
I know they probably all know you, so that's why I'm like, even though
no,
if
I don't know anyone. I know one other person in her class, in the 5th grade, and there's
Either.
I mean, don't let that. When you send out the room mom, when you send out the like, here's the deal with the Halloween party, put your Beachbody signature at the bottom. That's how I got
the bottom.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
'Cause that's how I got Beth George.
Oh.
Yeah, she the very first room mom thing, and I've never even been a room mom, and I don't ever want to be one again. I'm not good at that stuff. And I sent that out, and she sent it back and was like, "Oh my gosh, do you sell Shakeology? I've wanted to try it for so long." I'm like, "Yeah, I can actually, sell you a week's worth of samples." And she's like, "Can you bring it to the Halloween party?" And she's been drinking it ever since.
Our kids were her Shakeology dealer. They're selling Shakeology out of their backpacks.
I brought it to the party.
But no, I think yeah.
My
Don't
son
limit.
drinks it. He wants to drink it.
Who's that?
My son, he says, "Does Carly drink Shakeology?" I said, "Yes, she does." It's like, "Oh, well, I want to drink it now." Like, "Oh, now
That's
you want to
cute.
drink it."
But through Cub Scout, just write down all those people, and it doesn't necessarily mean the next time you see them you're going to be like, "Hey, I saw Shakeology." It's just like Glenn said, it's just in your mind to think about. It might not even be that parent. It might be like that parent's talking to you and saying, "Hey, I saw your post about fitness, and my oldest is in college and they're really into fitness. They're looking for a side job to do while they're." I mean, it's just totally random how the people on this list may connect back with you in terms of
Right.
the business side of things.
Yeah, just to give you an example, I just went to dance class the other day, and I had seen a girl. I wasn't sure. I've seen her at Fit Club, and she looked familiar. But then when I looked her up on Facebook, she was friends with Dan. So I figured, they know each other already. But then I saw her at dance, and I just said, "Hey, you are so-and-so. I am so-and-so." And she's like, "Oh, I'm friends with Dan. I went to high school with them." And I was like, "Oh, that's awesome." And she's like, are you a Beachbody coach too? And I say, yeah, I am. And next thing I know, that she left, and the girl next to me, she's like, oh, are you a coach? Because I've always wanted to try Insanity. Like she was not related at all, but just because I ended up talking to this person out loud.
That's a perfect example.
Yeah, that is. And that's why you don't be afraid to bring it up in public, or don't be afraid to talk about it around other people, because those things happen. They've happened to me a couple times. They've probably happened to Beth a couple times. I don't know. I guess I'm speaking for Beth there, but
Well, yeah, I have all kinds of weird stories about how it all.
Right.
And a lot of times, like, this has happened more for Glenn than myself, but he'll have on a shirt, like the P90X shirt, or just some type of wear and share, and we'll like be on vacation, and someone will say, oh, have you done P90X? And he's like, yeah. And I mean,
and then Beth kicks me, so then I start talking more about it.
well, no, because the one time someone asked me about it, or the mailman or something, and then Glenn heard me talking to the mailman, and then he came. I didn't bring up or offer Shakeology, and I came in, and Glenn said #missed opportunity. So now if I see him missing an opportunity, I have to point it out.
Yeah, we have a hashtag thing going on here. But no, I mean, that's why, I mean, this is just an example of doing an exercise like this, and actually taking the time to do that is going to help you think of more people. Do not limit yourself. I mean, I have people written down on my list in this book that I don't like. I mean, when I thought about high school, when I started thinking about my high school friends, I wrote down all the people in high school that I was fighting with, or got in fights with, or it's like anyone that you could think of.
If you've gotten fights with people in high school, I did not. Bullied, people that bullied him.
Yeah, people that I bullied, that bullied me. But no, I mean, that's, you can, as you start thinking about that, you start thinking about your wedding party, their spouse now, their parents, I don't know, it can just go on and on and on, but make that list. So then if you're not feeling it one day, and you just, open the book or open whatever you track it in, and just scan down that list and just say, you know what, I'm going to call this person out of the blue, or I'm going to reach out to this person.
Or find them on Facebook,
Right.
I mean, some of the people from school.
Yeah, I didn't even get into that. I mean, if you want a list of people that's already pre-populated for you, go to your Facebook friends, and go to one of your Facebook friends and look at all their friends list and see who they're friends with. Send them a friend request. So don't limit it just by thinking, oh, well, she's a fitness instructor, so she's already in shape, she's not going to be interested. But yeah. All right, so who officially won the book then?
Nobody wants the book.
Well, I added
Jen
15
won the book.
more.
What's that?
I added 15 more.
Nice, good. See,
Oh, Heidi, she's closing in on you.
So, Jen Novak had 77 in second place, right?
Yep.
All right, Jen. So you are the winner of the book. You must take it.
She's so there she is.
You should be excited.
I am.
Okay. I thought somebody'd be jumping up and down on their bed, like,
I love to win stuff.
Shake that baby out of you, girl.
That means I gotta actually read instead of listening to it on audio. Dang it.
Oh, does it come audio? I'll check and see if it comes audio. All right, guys.
That's all right.
And
Well,
do you guys
I'll try to read it while I'm on maternity leave.
Yeah, I'm going to stop the recording now.